Hi, this is Eddie Hearn, and you're watching Lights Out.
This is Faisal Khan for Lights Out, and with me via Zoom, I'm delighted to be joined by Alan the Savage Babic and Christopher Lovejoy. It's the first time thing for Lights Out having two fighters on here at the same time, so fingers crossed all goes well. Alan, how are you?
Very good, brother. Always nice talking to you guys. You know, I enjoy that. And now I'm back in the full training, so I'm back for all of you guys.
It's a pleasure to have you on. And Christopher, yourself, how you been?
I've been blessed. I'm doing good. I'm actually in Florida right now. I just finalized the situation that stopped my fight with Dave Allen. We're all done now. I'm meeting with Don King in the morning, sign paperwork, and we parting ways. So it's a relief off my shoulders. It's been a rough ride, but now I can get back to work.
Well, interesting times now that you're available to fight again. And of course, Alan is looking to get out in early 2021. You two are two undefeated heavyweights who have both got a big year ahead of you planned next year in 2021. There's big fights out there for you both available. Christopher, start off with you. When I spoke to you the other day, I asked you the potential fights you want to see yourself in next year. You mentioned two names, Joe Joyce and, of course, Alan Babic, who's here with us today. With 19 wins and 19 KOs, why do you believe that Alan's the perfect fight for you at this time in your career?
It's not the perfect fight, but he's young, he's hungry, he's undefeated. He's with Matchroom, and, you know, it could be made easily. And I think this is the kind of fight that people want to see. You know, you got aggressive, young, undefeated heavyweight, and you got aggressive, undefeated heavyweight from America. And I think it'd be just perfect for what the fans want, for what boxing want. And, you know, he's the type of guy that, from what I've seen, he stepped up to the plate, you know. He called the bluff. He do what I do. He called the bluff. Okay, come on. So this is like the fight that, you know, everyone would really want. This style of fight is what everyone wants to see. But, yeah, I think it'll work.
Alan, you've been on an absolute wrecking machine since coming over to the UK in August, picking up wins against Shawndell Winters, Niall Kennedy, and, of course, Tom Little. When we spoke to you the other night, you said 10 fights in 2021 is what you're targeting. Christopher's throwing his name into the hat and being one of those 10 opponents. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, it would be great. Like I said, when you say Christopher and Babic, I see Lyle and Foreman. You know, those are kind of fights people want. You know, we're just in there to beat each other up. So I really like that fight. You know, for my last fight of the 2021, it would be crazy. You know, Filip Hrgovic runs away from me like a mouse from the cat. You know, so I can't get him. So, of course, I would like a big fight. Christopher has 19 victories, 19 KOs. You know, whoever he fought, that's good. I can tell you. I'm a knockout artist, but I know how hard it is to knock out a guy. So, 19 KOs, it's a lot, bro. You know, so hey, I would like the fight. You know, end of the year, if they can make it, I would like it.
Chris, as I mentioned, you know, Alan's blown on to the scene massively in the UK in the last 4 months with 3 very good wins. Unfortunately, we never got to see, you know, what you're all about with your fight in Dave Allen that never went ahead due to different reasons. But what's been your thoughts on Alan's last 3 performances against Shawndell Winters, Niall Kennedy, and Tom Little?
I didn't see the last 4. I saw the last 2. When I heard of him, he was like a knockout guy, looked like, you know, tough individual. I'm like, okay, let's see. I don't really see nothing about him at first. So this time it was a little more anticipation. I was expecting a knockout. I was watching the build up to the fight. I had just left London, so I was seeing what was going on. So I was into it, and he did what I expected. You know, I figured he'd stop him. So yeah, everything looked about right. You know, he did what I thought he was gonna do, what he was supposed to do.
He's being looked after by Dillian White. Dillian White's, of course, managing him on a full-time basis, and of course, he's featuring on Matchroom shows. You know, in terms of how he's progressed this year so far, what have you made of his progression? And of course, the name he's making for himself.
His progression is good. His name's getting out there. He's still undefeated. A lot of energy, a lot of excitement around his name, around the fights, and he's with the right people. So I think he's on his way up. And like, so I'm gonna just say one thing: people ask me about the Savage maybe 10 times. And I've always said I don't want to fight him yet because I like him. I want him to build himself up. I'm a fan of him. But if they want to fight, we can fight. I don't want to fight him because I'm a fan of him. You know, I like what he's doing. I like the energy. I like the build up. But if that's what we do, that's what we're going to do.
Alan, your thoughts on Christopher saying that you need to build yourself up a bit more before this big fight does happen?
Well, listen, we both need to build ourselves up, because I'm an enigma. Nobody yet knows me that well. But Christopher is 2 times more of an enigma. We don't even know who he fought. But I like that. It's a sense of, secrecy or stuff. Nobody knows what he brings to the table. Everybody knows what I'm gonna do. Everybody knows
Right.
that. I think
Right.
Eddie Hearn knows that, but nobody knows what Chris is gonna do. And that is the good part of it. You don't have any of his fights on YouTube, and that's also good. I like the secrecy and the way he handled the Dave Allen fight. He didn't look nervous or nothing at all. So of course he got something to do. You don't go into the fight with Dave Allen like that if you have nothing to give. So I like that. I like that part. Yeah.
Alan, Christopher's 19-0 with 19 KOs, in our last interview, you sort of, as you just mentioned, you don't know anything about who he's fought. You've not seen any of his fights on social media. What does the win do for you in terms of going forward in your career over Christopher Lovejoy?
Well, it actually doesn't do much, because, I'm now right now I'm 43rd heavyweight in the world. I think that's much better ranking than he is. But he has some rankings in, I don't know, WEC. I don't know that kind of stuff with rankings. But listen, nobody knows who he is, in the boxing world, in the UK. Nobody knows yet. So I want him to get tested before me. I don't want him to just step up at the plate because it would be too dangerous. He could lose it all, or he could win it all. So if he's that kind of guy, but I think my guys who is building my career are not gonna see that fight like let's just go all in. They wanna build me also. So I think we both need to be built up to our 100% knockout ratio, and then we collide. I want to see what he's made of. I would really like that he went on with that fight with Dave Allen, but it was unfortunate. I was looking forward to that fight because I wanted Dave Allen. So of course we are on the same path. Me and him, we talk the same. We have the same kind of energy. It's all the same. He's very good with the fans also. It's very, very, very good Instagram managing skills. You gotta have those nowadays. So everything good. I think we are walking the same path, but of course I am tested already. I am tested on some level. He's not been tested yet. So let's see what happens.
Christopher, Alan says you've not been tested yet. Your thoughts on that?
As a professional level, on paper, no, I have not been tested. But as far as, being in different camps, I know where I'm at. And that's why I'm able to step up and try to get these fights. So, no, on paper, no, I haven't been tested. And that's normal. I mean, that's expected. But that's why I'm still willing to step up and take these fights to show everybody.
Yeah,
I'm at that point now.
I was there just 4 months ago. I also wasn't tested, so I know where you're at. I know it's hard. So just to go into a fight with a tested guy, it would be hard for you. But I would like to see you tested against somebody decent. Some maybe Nick Webb kind of fight or something like that. Nick Webb refused to fight me again, like for the fifth time. So I would like to take out one of those guys first. Domestic level, as they say.
Christopher, how do you? I mean, you obviously you said that you've seen a few of his fights this year. How do you plan to, if this fight does happen? Of course, as I said before we got started, I don't have the authorization to make this fight. I'm not a promoter. My job is just to ask the questions. So one of the questions I have to ask you, he's a powerful puncher, just like yourself. You've got 19 KOs in your 19 victories. How do you plan to deal with that power of his if the fight does happen?
Well, I don't plan on dealing with anybody. I mean, whoever I fight has to deal with me. I'm a 300-pound Mike Tyson. And so I guess him or whoever I'm fighting can figure that part out.
Alan, Christopher claims he's a 300-pound Mike Tyson. We all know what Mike Tyson was about in his heyday. What's your thoughts on that?
I am 100-pound Joe Frazier, brother. I'm going to die in the ring. I want to die in the ring. That would be fun. It would be the first time. So listen, everybody who goes against me, they want to have to want it more than this life. You know, it's not just boxing with me. Like I told you, the first day I came on, I'm different. I don't want to box with these guys. I'm not gonna box with Hrgovic. I'm not stupid. He's an Olympian. You know, everybody asks me, "Oh, he's good." I know he's good. I'm gonna beat him up. I know how to beat up a guy. I don't know how to box like Hrgovic. I'm not an Olympian. You know, so everybody who wants to go against the Savage is gonna go through pure hell. You know, and if they beat me, I'm gonna be happy because I will give it my all before they beat me. That's why I throw 100 punches per round because I have nothing. I have nothing to say after, like, oh, I didn't fight. Yes, I did fight. I'm gonna fight every fight. In the second round versus Tom Little, I threw 120 punches. Who does that at heavyweight? Nobody does it, brother. Only me and my Joe Frazier, you know. So I'm just that little guy who just goes on, you know.
Christopher, Alan claims he's today's Joe Frazier. We know how much of an iconic, legendary fighter Joe Frazier was. How do you plan on dealing with 120 punches per round and, of course, today's modern day of Joe Frazier? Because we know Alan Babic, what he's all about. He loves hell. He loves a war. He loves a tear-up.
Well, I mean, I really don't have to answer the question, but I'm going to answer it because we can go back and forth all day long about what he can do and what I can do. But it's nonstop. It's nonstop pressure with me. Whoever I'm fighting, it's nonstop pressure. I'm the bluff caller. You got two arms like me. Let's see. You know, that's how I fight. I'm in your face, and I'm gonna make you fight. And his approach is his approach, and that's just how we go. I mean, I'm throwing nonstop punches, hard and fast. Whoever I'm fighting, initially from the bell ring. So, I mean, however, if it turns into be a street fight brawl, that's what it'll turn into. But 9 times out of 10, whoever I get in there with, no one wants to exchange blows with a 300-pound guy. You know, nobody wants to do it. I haven't seen anybody do it yet.
Christopher, obviously, as you both said, and as Alan said as well, you both need to keep on building yourself up to make the fight even bigger. But it already seems like a big fight. 2 undefeated heavyweights who need to keep active, to keep on fighting. When is the right time, the ideal right time for you to make this fight? Because as I mentioned, 2021 is a big year for any heavyweight that is looking to push on to those big elite fights in the division.
Well, this is the thing. I'm ready to either take an Alan Babic fight. I'm ready to take an Andy Ruiz fight. I'm ready to take a Joe Joyce fight. I'm ready to take all these fights. So it's not really up to me. It's up to whoever else and their strategy and building their fighters, and they want to bring me in. I'm already ready. I don't feel I need to be built up. A fight like Dave Allen or Babic, that'll be like my coming out party. That'll be my step-up fight to show the world. So it can be made as early as the early of the year, or it can be made towards the end of the year. I'll be ready. I'll be undefeated. It's really up to everyone else and how they want to structure the shows. I'm always ready, and it's no, I don't need a heads up. That's just how I roll.
Alan, when is the right time to make this fight?
Well, listen, right time. Always and never, you know, as they say. You know, there's no right time. When the energy is right, we're gonna fight. You know, it's you know what Mike Tyson said. It's a fight anyway. Fuck it. You know, we talk too much about that kind of stuff. When the energy is right, when the people really want it, it's gonna happen, and that's it. I'm never gonna run away from the fight. He's not gonna run because he wanted to. He called out Joe Joyce after his victory against Dubois. So no, the guy's not that. There's something crazy about him. I like that. You know, the Savage is fucking mental. He has respect. You know, that's what I like. You know, he didn't just come on talking bullshit and waking up the Savage and stuff. So I like that. I like him from the first day. You know, I sent him a message and he was respectful. He was good. You know, we showed each other respect, and I really like him. And I've been following his career. I'm interested. Nobody knows. Like I said, nobody knows what he has. You can't even find one fight on YouTube. No, so let's not jump in front of the train. You know? Like, you gotta do all those things. I'm a knockout artist my whole life, amateur and professional, and I know how hard it is to knock out a guy. So we gotta see what these 19 knockouts are. You know? Is it real? Is it phony? Or, you know, nobody knows it. You know?
Christopher, when people talk about your record, and as Alan says, nobody's seen your fights on YouTube or perhaps on any other platform, You know, how does it make you feel?
It doesn't make me feel any type of way. If anything, it makes me feel like I did a good job. Like I tell everybody in my interviews when I speak to them, me doing this thing, me getting my fights, I was doing everything by myself and no promoter. So there was no need to put any fights out there because it wasn't going to benefit me any. Only benefit it would be is that my opponent would be able to see if and any flaws I have. So we can just keep it a mystery. Like I say, but the only people who have my film are the matchmakers and the different boxing boards and different commissions, because I have to send in my film to get proof of fight. But that's it. I mean, as far as YouTube or public, I never really put them out. You know, now if my next fight, if they're requested to put out some highlights for maybe promotion, we can do that. But just to have them out, I mean, I don't really need to. I think I did a good job with that. You know, because well, see, Alen, he's like me. He doesn't care. He wants to see. But to the rest of the people, they're kind of like, oh, I don't know. We don't want to fight him because is he a real big, tough guy or is he just a teddy bear? Is he an actor or is he a boxer? So they don't know. So me and him, we don't care. We're going to find out. Let's see. So I think I did a good job.
6-0, 19-0, both undefeated heavyweights who have a 100% knockout ratio. Guys, I'm going to leave the floor to you to leave one last message to each other, because this is a fight that I feel is going to happen. I feel it should happen. And I feel that the UK public need this fight to happen as well. Alen, start with you. Final message.
Final message, my brother Christopher. Let's make it Lyle and Foreman. I just want that. I just got into the boxing to rebuild the famous battle of Ron Lyle and George Foreman, you know, and I think we can do that. You know, I think we can do that, you know. So it will be a beautiful therapy, and I'm glad you didn't walk the savage up. You know, I like to talk like this. You know, I'm a friendly guy. You know, nobody knows that, but I really like people, and I like Christopher really much, and I hope he's not gonna do something to upset me, you know, like Tom Little. You know, Tom Little didn't end up so good, you know, but I like him, and let's see. I'm very interested in that fight. Very interested. And he knows, everybody knows, the whole world knows I'm not going to back out of the fight. But I really want him to be tested. And I'm going to be watching closely. I'm going to be watching closely for Christopher.
Christopher, floor's all yours. Final message to Alen Babic.
Final message, man. You know, thanks for having me. I'm going to see you soon. I'm a big fan. Let's get it on, man. You know, let's just see. I mean, if you're really willing to put your career on the line like that, like I am, let's make it happen. You know, I'm with it. The fans want it. Let's do it. So, but it's a lot of mutual respect. There's no disrespect. I'm a fan of boxing. I'm a fan of the fans, and I want to get the fans what they really want to see. So what I'll do is I'll reach out to my people. I'll talk to Eddie, you know, and we'll do like a friendly call out. You know, when he asks me who I want to fight, I'm gonna say I want to fight the Savage. Let's get it.
Mutual respect, really good, because there's no effing and blinding. You know, there's no heated words exchanged.
Yeah, you wanted that. You wanted that, brother. You wanted.
No,
you didn't succeed. We have Brady, brother. We're not stupid fighters, you know.
No.
You can't control us. You can't control us.
Listen, I just
I'm
want
gonna put your YouTube program down, brother. I'm gonna shut it down.
I just want you guys together to get your thoughts on this fight. Both of you, it's two undefeated fighters. Let's make it happen. Alen Babic, a pleasure as always. Christopher, thank you to you for coming on as well.
Thank you, brother.
As I said the other day when we did the interview, Merry Christmas to you both. A Happy New Year. Fingers crossed that this fight gets made for 2021. It's two undefeated heavyweight fighters. Good for the division. It's a fight that we'd love to see.
Thank you, brother, and see you
Thank
soon.
you.
Guys, thank
Thank
you.
you, Christopher.
We're talking to
Thank
like
you,
that.
Christopher.
Thanks, Alen.
Talk to you.
All right, Alen, we talk.
Bye. Peace.
All right.